Class 200 pneumatic system. So it is a system of highly compressed air or some inert gas. Air means atmospheric air, which is used to transmit power. It is similar to a hydraulic system, but compressed air is used instead of fluid liquid. Again, actuators can be cylinders and pistons or rotary also. Okay, P is silent, pneumatic. It is pneumatic system. So, pneumatic actuator is an actuator which uses energy of compressed air to impart motion. Types are there. Okay, you can remember only around two. No need to remember everything. So block diagram. You can write any figure. Slight differences are there. Don't bother about that. So air from atmosphere is taken and compressed. After compressing, it will become hot. Then it will be cooled. After cooling, it will be stored in the receiver. So this will be at high pressure, but cool oil. You have control valve here, and after that here you have moisture separator. Okay, it will separate moisture from the air. Otherwise, moisture will corrode the parts of the system. Okay, moisture separator. Sometimes actually separator will be initially, okay, before this one. Okay, then here you will keep the compressed air within that pressure. If pressure is more than the permitted value, some of the air will be released back. See here, you have here what is called as pressure relief valve. See, this is a normal flow, okay, or normal, say, reservoir or whatever it is, say, receiver or whatever it is. On the top of this or in that path, you will fix a valve like this, which is loaded by spring. Hence, this will be closed. Okay, this is not closed, this is open. Okay, now when the pressure of the okay, here it is open. Okay, here it is not closed. Okay, here it will be open. When the when the pressure increases, when the pressure in this path increases more than the spring tension, spring will get lifted up by this pressure, and some of the liquid or air will move outside. When the pressure drops below the set value, spring again gets restored. It again gets into the normal position. Set value depends upon the spring of the tension of the spring. Now, this is not recorded in your syllabus, just informed you, that's all. The same thing what you had in the block diagram of hydraulic system, you had a valve here. Okay, pressure regulator is there. It will regulate. Whenever the pressure is more than the set value by that spring, excess fluid will go back to the fluid tank. So that is what is shown here. Excess fluid or gas, okay, will be moved to the back to the atmosphere if it is air, or it may go to the compressor once again, because here it will go to compressor. That is what is shown here. If it is more than the set value, it will go to the compressor. Okay, then secondary air treatment. Okay, I have not sure what it is. Okay, you can write any figure. Then from the reservoir, that is storage, that is receiver or reservoir, air will go to the piston cylinder setup. Okay, this is the control valve. Whenever you operate this, either manually or solenoidally or whatever it is, okay, this air will go. If it moves to this side, piston will go to the right side. If it is directed towards right side, piston will move to the left side. It can be single acting or double acting cylinder according to how you design. See, this is the valve. Okay, three-way, one inlet, two outlets. So if you direct towards port B, inlet port, port A and B. If you direct towards port B, piston will move downward, and here from here you will get extra air will come out, that you will release to the atmosphere. If you direct it towards port A, it will move out upside. Load is here. So this is the typical block diagram. Here you need a lubricator also. In hydraulic system, usually oil is used, lubrication happens automatically. But here, lubrication system is required. Okay. Now, pneumatic valves. So here you have five different methods of classification. You can remember at least two to three. So if it is manually operated or electrically or pneumatically, etc., they can be operated. A pneumatic valve may be operated manually or electrically. Pneumatic valve means it is using airflow for the motion transmission. Pneumatic valve means it passes compressed air for imparting motion. It is, but pneumatically valve controlled by again pneumatic air pressure or by solenoid or by manual, however it is. Okay, so a valve can be operated either pneumatically or manually or this. According to the type of mechanism used, this is according to the type of driving force used for operation. According to the mechanism used in the movement of the valve, we have what is called as spool valve and poppet valve. And if it according to whether it is two-way, three-way, four-way, like that configuration, and according to the its position during unactuated state, resting state, like in a relay, you have NO relay, normally open relay, or normally closed relay. Normally open means no current can flow. Normally closed means current will flow even without actuation in a relay. Here it is opposite. If it is closed during resting state, it is blocked, because if the valve is closed, no flow of gas or air. If valve is open during de-energized state, it is like NC relay. Easy to understand. And according to different types of functions obtained, you have different types: flow control, shuttle, all these things. Let us not discuss in detail because we belong to electrical engineering, and in your syllabus only 1 or 2 hours is given for study of these all topics. And puppet valve and spool valve, you can copy what is given in the hydraulic valve, just replace fluid by air. Okay. Next we have what is called as current to pressure converter. Means we are we need to get compressed air at required pressure. Okay, suppose say we need pressure in the range of 3 to 15 pounds per square inch. The setup instrument equipment will have a flapper nozzle setup, main parts. Okay, flapper means it is like a flexible rubber or belt. Like flap andre movement of wings of a bird when it flies. ಹಕ್ಕಿ ರೆಕ್ಕೆಯನ್ನು ಅಲ್ಲಾಡಿಸುವಾಗ ಮೇಲೆ ಕೆಳಗೆ ಆಗುತ್ತದಲ್ಲವೇ, that is called as flapping. Now that flapper is mounted at one side on a pivot for rotation movement. At the other side, the flapper has a magnetic material attached to it, which is kept close to an electromagnet, so that flapper's other end can be attracted by the magnet. Flapper is a non-magnetic material, but at the end it is a small magnetic material is fixed to it, so that flapper can be moved up and down by the control of current in the electromagnet. When we give current, flapper will come down and close this nozzle, hold firmly. When there is no current, air will be leaking here. Supply air, say at 20 pounds per square inch pressure is coming, and you get output here. Some of the air will be wasted. We are getting output, controlled output, by wasting some of the air. If you give here more current, less more current, attraction will be there. Flapper will close the nozzle, pressure will be decreasing. Sorry, leakage of air will be decreasing. Less leakage, so we will get more pressure here. If you give lesser current, lesser attraction, lesser holding here, more leakage, so lesser pressure here. So supply pressure, part of the supply pressure, lesser part will come here. So by controlling the current here, we can control the pressure at the output pipe. The flow is restricted through a small area, so that pressure is maintained at 20 pounds per square inch. Note that the output pressure will be always lesser than the input pressure because we are obtaining the pressure by wastage or leakage. The springs are used to bring back the flapper to its original position after switching off. It is also used to set the sensitivity. Suppose say for a 4 milliampere current you get 3 pounds per square inch. For 7 milliampere say you get something say 5 pounds per square inch. Or in other words, let us say for a 10% increment speed you get 10% increment pressure here. Okay, suppose say you want to make here for 10% increment here, you want to get here 15% increment in pressure. Okay, say for 6 milliamperes, initially it was you are getting 5 pounds per square inch. Now if you want to get it for 8 pounds per square inch, what we have to do is loosen the tension in the spring. If you decrease the tension, flapper will be attracted more firmly because this can attract the flapper easily. So leakage will be less. More pressure you will get. So spring has two functions: returning, bringing back the flapper to original position, and setting the sensitivity. Next is fluid control system. See, this is the fluid container where there is fluid, and here you have input supply. Suppose you want to control the level of the liquid. There is a sensor here which will give output, which is conditioned, means sensed, amplified, everything. Okay, this can be a Hall effect sensor, say a Hall effect sensor or any other type of sensor. After signal conditioning, that is given to a current to pressure converter. Say this one. Now this gives output pressure. This pressure is varying in this range. That is given to a fluid control valve. This is a liquid going but controlled by air pressure, pneumatically controlled. Okay, pneumatically controlled fluid control valve. This valve controls the flow rate. So if the liquid level is less here, this sensor will be down, output voltage will be lesser, output current also will be lesser here. After signal conditioning, you will get lesser current here. So lesser current here means lesser pressure here. Lesser pressure means this valve will not be tightly held, it will be open. This valve will be normally open. So if this is at a dead end 0, current will be 0, no pressure, this valve will be closed, open. Fluid can enter into the tank. As tank gets filled by the fluid, level rises, sensor output will be more voltage here, proportionate, more current here, more pressure here, Now valve will start to close gradually, a little bit. So more pressure means valve will begin to close, less entry of fluid. As the liquid reaches to the maximum level, you will get maximum voltage, maximum current, that will give the required pressure, maximum pressure, such that the fluid control valve, it will become completely off, closing the fluid supply. So it will limit the fluid level to the maximum level. You have here output valve. You can use the fluid as you need. So as you draw liquid, sensor will become down, voltage will become down, current will become reduce, pressure will reduce, valve will open, fluid will come, and level will rise. So this is an automatic fluid control system. Okay, comparison of hydraulic and pneumatic system. You can read yourself. Regarding some of the actuators, all types are given here. Okay, this completes fourth chapter.